Welcome to the 2023 CTE Summer Conference, Making Waves into the Workforce. Welcome to the Automotive Service Updates for the 2023 Summer Conference. My name is Jim Presley. I am the consultant responsible for the automotive service programs. Before we get started with the updates, I'd like to share with you the various program areas that I am responsible for. Responsible for automotive service courses, collision repair courses, the metals manufacturing courses, welding courses, and now we have two new middle grade courses, exploring safety and tools in the trades and exploring automotive service. Now let's look at the high school courses and where the information is coming from. So let's first discuss various sources of information. First of all, the Moodle. If you are not enrolled in the Moodle, the T&I Moodle, please talk with your administrators and register and then go in and register for the discussion. If you have any issues, please feel free to contact me and we'll get you in there. The discussion is a place for instructors to ask questions and help support each other. The next source of information is the NCCTE course management system, which is a lot of times referred to as the CMS. And this has the most current info about a course. It's also public accessing, so you can share this link with parents or industry, and they can look up information about a course, about various credentials, and so on. It continuously is being continuously improved, so check it out and look at it every so often to see what has changed and been updated. And finally, the NCCTE admin, which is accessed through the Moodle generally. Lots of data in this resource, and that's where a lot of our data and information came from for today's session. Again, this can be accessed through the Moodle, and so all three of these are great resources. If you're not in the Moodle, I highly encourage you to register for the Moodle and check out the CMS and NCCTE admin. Before we dive into each of the automotive courses, let's look at the automotive service pathway. So on the left, we have the middle grades exploration courses. Ones that have been around for a while, the EY10 and EY11, but the new ones are TY40, exploring safety and tools in the trades, and then the new TY56, exploring automotive service. These courses help students a little bit earlier figuring out what they want to do, exploring various careers. So hopefully your PSU is offering them to help fill your next course, which is the IT11 Automotive Service Fundamentals. That is a foundational prerequisite. And then following that course would be IT16 Automotive Service 1, and then the concentrator course, which is IT17 Automotive Service 2. So Automotive Service 2 is the concentrator, or otherwise known as completer course. Then if a student's able to, there's a third automotive service class because we need to have the 540 hours for ASE accreditation. So this might be a course that's not offered every year, or maybe it's once a year or every other year. But that would be IT18 Automotive Service 3. But along with that, with the career pathways major options, are the work-based learning courses, basically. There's advanced studies for transportation, CTE apprenticeship, CTE internship, entrepreneurial experiences, and pre-apprenticeship. Um, so those are the four uh, automotive courses, and then also the career pathway major options. The supplemental employability skills courses is personal and professional skills, and then BM10, which is Microsoft Word and PowerPoint, and CC45, which is career management. The supplemental technical course would be CS11, project management 1, and then work-based learning and experiential learning courses are listed there in the blue. And then at the bottom, the aligned CTSO for the automotive service pathway is Skills USA. All this information can be found on the CMS and also the NCCTE admin site. Next, let's look at automotive service enrollment numbers statewide. So IT11 usually go with 3 years, but I thought I'd put 4 years in here. You can see we're in 2019-20, we had a little over 6,500 students. It went up to 6,800. Enrollment dropped down back a little bit in the 21-22 school year. But this past school year, we had 6,900 students in automotive service fundamentals. So the program keeps growing, which is great. Industry needs technicians, and so we keep increasing our number of students. IT16, Automotive Service 1, again, also has it dropped down for a little bit for a year there or two, and then has increased to 3,100. So out of the 4 years, this past year has been the largest number of students. Unfortunately, half of this is a normal thing between IT11 and IT16. About half the students take Auto Service 1 who took Automotive Service Fundamentals. So this is also something to share with your advisory committees with statewide numbers. And then you can also look at what are your numbers at your school to see how they align with what's happening in the state. Again, this information can be found in the NCCTE admin site. And the final two courses enrollment numbers is IT17 Automotive Service 2. 2019-20 school year, we had around 1,600 students, which is about half of the number of students we had in Automotive Service 1. And our numbers dropped a little bit, but then this past year, 1,500 students. So great jump from 1,300 to 1,500 students. And then IT18, numbers have dwindled a little bit from 500 to 400 to 325, and then bounced up a little bit to 344. I think this is probably due to the new focus on work-based learning. Also, IT17 Automotive Service 2 is the completer course, and it's hard to fill a class in IT18 with the numbers. And so this might be something that's offered again every other year. But these numbers can also be found in NCCTE admin site. So let's dive into the individual courses. IT11, Automotive Service Fundamentals. This year, there's not going to be any changes for the 23-24 school year. The program is in standard status since there are no changes. The two credentials with this course currently is the SP2 Automotive Service Pollution and Prevention and the SP2 Automotive Service Safety. And I've got 2 years of data right there. And you can see from the 21-22 school year had 3,200 in the pollution prevention and jumped up to 4,000 students. So nearly a 25-ish, a little bit more than 25% increase. And then SP2 Automotive Safety went from 3,600 students to 4,300 students. Still a good jump. And then the proof of learning, or also known as the POL, is the CTE state assessment for IT11 Automotive Service Fundamentals. This information can be found in the CMS, and then the numbers can be found in the NC-CTE admin. The next course is IT16 Automotive Service 1. This is short and sweet, no changes for 23-24 in standard status. Currently, there are no credentials in this course. And again, the proof of learning is the CTE state assessment. IT17 Automotive Service 2. No changes in the curriculum. Standard status. The two credentials that align with this course are the ASE entry-level certifications, that maintenance and light repair. Doubled the number of students receiving that credential, 164 to 375, more than doubled, which is great. And then the ASE entry-level certification breaks. And so both of these credentials are in this course because we cover, by the third course, we've covered at least 80% of each of these credentials. So a student is prepared to take these two credentials. And again, numbers over the 2 years have more than doubled, which is great. And to finish off IT17 Automotive Service 2 is the proof of learning. So the proof of learning is the CTE state assessment. The reason it's not a credential is because none of those previous credentials covers 80% of the course. So because of that, we continue to use the CTE state assessment as the proof of learning. And finally, let's look at IT 18 Automotive Service 3. No changes in the curriculum, standard status. The credentials with this course are the ASE, Professional Auto Maintenance and Light Repair. Also, we refer to it a lot of times as the G1. Um, our numbers dropped from the 21-22 school year from 44 to 37 students. Um, the ASE entry level certification, electrical electronic systems, increased from 51 students achieving that credential to 71. Um, if you remember, um, enrollment was a little bit lower also. So we'll over time look and see and watch these numbers. Again, all this data is available in between the CMS and the NCCTE admin. Um, 37 students doesn't look like a lot for that G1 passing, and it's not a big number. But also remember, we only had 344 students statewide taking this course, so that's about a 10% pass rate. Um, so that might help when you're looking at your own data and sharing information with your advisory committee. And to finish up with IT 18 Automotive Service 3, the proof of learning is a credential, and it is the ASE Auto Maintenance and Light Repair, the G1. This test, the G1 test, covers 80% or more of what is taught in that course and the previous courses. So it's kind of like a capstone in a way. And so that's the proof of learning for IT 18 Automotive Service 3. To keep everyone updated on the curriculum revisions, um, this past school year had a curriculum team of 6 instructors. Did a lot of great work, met with industry, um, met face to face and virtual. They put a lot of work into it. And um, um, so the new courses will be released in the 2024-25 school year. Um, so this upcoming year, actually early during this fall, we'll be realigning and the CTE state assessment. If there's gaps in there, we'll be developing some items. So we'll be getting a team of instructors for that. IT 16, that's what it is now. Don't know if that number will stay the same or not. But this fall we'll be developing a PBM for that course. IT 17, Automotive Service 2, most likely will be a credential, but possibly a PBM, looking over to see the alignment of the credential to what is taught in the class. Again, for the class, for the credential to be the proof of learning, the credential has to cover 80% of what's covered in the course, at least. And then IT 18 Automotive Service 3, having discussions, and that is to be determined. So if you're interested in being part of one of these teams, talk with your director. There's a way they can make recommendations um, and get you on the list. Uh, Now let's look at some of the TNI middle grade courses that are associated with this pathway. The course we'll look at is the TY40, Exploring Safety and Tools in the Trades. So for the upcoming school year, the 23-24 school year, we are going to keep this course in pilot status. Last year was the second year of offering this course, and the number of schools that offered it from the first year grew tremendously. But still looking to get more input and feedback on the course to improve it. And also there'll be other changes with the middle grades courses. So if you or any fellow instructors are teaching this course, please provide feedback on the course so we can continue to improve it. But this TY4, Exploring Safety and Tools in the Trades, is a great middle grades course going over basic safety and basic tools, which they'll be help them along when they get to high school. The next middle grades course is TY56, Exploring Automotive Service. It'll be in pilot for the 23-24 school year. We've only had a couple of schools last year teach this course, and I'm expecting a lot more this year to be teaching it. One thing we do need is feedback. So if you are teaching it, or if you know of a fellow teacher, instructor who is teaching the course, please provide the feedback, or encourage them to provide feedback. That's the only way we can improve, make improvements into the course. Since Skills USA is the aligned CTSO for this course, I'd like to share some upcoming dates for the upcoming 23-24 school year. The State Leadership Workshop will be held October 1st to the 3rd at Camp Dixie again in Fayetteville, North Carolina. Great 3-day experience for both students, new instructors, established instructors. It's a great leadership workshop for students. Learn a lot about skills, starting a chapter, running them. Paul and Rod do great work at this workshop. Our regional rally competitions don't have any dates yet, but generally they're held in February, March of 2024. The state conference will be held in Greensboro, April 23rd to the 25th. And then the national conference again will be in Atlanta, Georgia, June 24th to the 28th. So mark your calendars with these important dates. Also, if you do not receive it already, did a little QR code there, is the Skills USA Monday memo. Again, Paul and Rod do a great job at sharing the information about upcoming events and deadlines and everything going on with Skills USA. Comes out Monday morning in your email, and it's a great way to um, stay engaged with skills and what's going on. Also, a lot of times, if there's any scholarships or anything to help students, they will include that also in the memo. So take a minute, click on the QR code, and get the Monday memo. As always, you can follow us on social media. Um, CTE for NC. Um, there's a Facebook page, there's an Instagram, there's a Twitter page, there's LinkedIn, and then there's a YouTube channel. Just search for CTE for NC. If you're doing something with your students and share it, it's a great way for the public to learn what we're doing. A lot of times we're the best kept secret. No one realizes what we're doing and how we're changing students' lives. So again, hashtag CTE for NC on social media, and there's the various platforms that you can share and go look and see what's going on in CTE in North Carolina. And finally, I'd like to say thank you for attending today's session. I hope the information we covered today is beneficial. Throughout the upcoming school year, if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact me. The best way is via email at james.presley@dpi.nc.gov. I'm here to help and support, so do not hesitate to contact me. Looking forward to a great 23-24 school year. I hope you have a great summer conference. And once again, thank you for attending this session. Have a great school year.